The given quotient is asked to find the region enclosed by the given curves, which is the y is equal to 2 cos 4x and y is equal to 2 sin 8x and x equal to 0 and x equal to pi by 8. So the given graph is this way, that is the cos, this curve, and the sine simply like this way, and this will be the pi by 8 graph, and the x0 will be this one. Okay, so the region is this one to find. How are you gonna find this region? We can simply see the intersection point is here. This point will be pi by 24. This is the intersection point and this is the 0, and this point will be pi by 8. So we need to find the area of this enclosure. For that, we need to observe one thing, that if we consider this f of x and this one g of x, so we can see this f of x, this one, the cos function, is greater than the g of x, the sine function. Since previously you can see that f of x is greater than g of x and on 0 to pi by 24 range. So in between 0 to pi by 4 range, we can see this f of x function is greater than the g of x function. So in the second observation, we can see that f of x is less than g of x when the region is on pi by 24 to pi by 8. We can simply see that this is the region of f, this is the function of f of x, and this is g of x. So after pi by 24, the g of x is increased and f of x decreased. So simply we can say this thing. From this conclusion, we can create the integration formula which will determine the area, that will be 0 to pi by 24, where will be 2 cos 4x minus 2 sin 8x dx plus the integration of pi by 24 to pi by 8, and this will be 2 sin 8x minus 2 cos 4x dx. By solving this equation, we will have the given region. Simply you can see this is f of x and this is g of x. When the range is 0 to pi by 24, we need to subtract this from this one. And the second one, when the range is pi by 24 to pi by 8, we need to subtract this one from this one. So this is g of x minus f of x. Okay, I just wrote that to make you understand. Okay, you do not need to write this. So now we will solve this integration and we'll have the area. From this part, we can write this one as integration of 0 to pi by 24, and this will be 2 cos 4x minus integration of 0 to pi by 24 to sin 8x dx. This will be dx. So plus this can be written as integration of pi by 24 to pi by 8 to sin 8x dx minus integration of pi by 24 to pi by 8 to cos 4x dx. Okay, so when you integrate this part, this will be simply 2 is constant, so 2 will come out, and when we integrate cos 4x, we'll have 1 by 4, as 4 will consider as a, so 1 by 4, and cos x will be sine 4x. So this will be the integration of this part. So we need to enclose it, and the limit will be 0 to pi by 24 minus this part will give us constant, 2 constant, so 2 will come out, and this will be minus 1 by 8, because this is a sine 8x dx. Integration of sine x will give us minus cos x, right? That's why the minus is here. So this will be 1 by 8, and this will be cos 8x. So it will be enclosed, and this will 0 to pi by 24. Okay, now last, this will be 2 into 1 by 8, as this is a sine, so sine from cos will came out 1 minus here, and this will give us cos 8x, and it will be enclosed, and the lower limit and upper limit. Lower limit is pi by 24 to pi by 8, minus from this one we will have 2 into 1 by 4 sine 4x, and it will be enclosed, and the lower limit will be pi by 24 to pi by 8. Now we need to solve this one. So to solve this one, we will have from this one, it simply gives us 1 by 2, it will came out, and first we need to put the upper limit, then the lower limit. So from upper limit we will have sine 4 into pi by 24 minus sine 4 into 0, minus from this one we will can written this part from 0. We can write this minus, we can multiply this minus from this one, it will give us plus, and we cancel this one with 8, we'll have 1 by 4 here, and when we put upper limit first then lower limit, we'll have cos 8 into pi by 24 minus cos 8 into 0. This minus can came out, so this will be minus, and when you cancel 2 with 8, it will give us 1 by 4, and this will be, first will be the upper limit, then will be the lower limit. So cos 8 pi by 8 minus cos 8 pi by 24, okay, minus, and this will came out 1 by 2, and sine 4 into pi by 8 minus sine 4 into pi by 24. Okay, so from here we'll have cos pi, from here it will, we have cos pi by 3, from here it will give us sine pi by 2, from here it will give us sine pi by 6, from here it will give us 0. Okay, from this one it will give us 0, from this one it will give us simply 3, and this will give us 0, and this will be 6. So from here we have 1 by 2 sine pi by 6 minus sine 0 plus 1 by 4 cos pi by 3 minus cos 0 minus 1 by 4. This will be cos pi. This will be cos pi by 3 minus 1 by 2. This will be sine pi by 2 minus sine pi by 6. So now we need to know the value of this. So sine pi by 6 will be 1 by 2. Sine pi by 2 will be 1. Cos pi by 3 will be 1 by 2. Cos pi will be minus 1. And cos 0 is 1, and sine pi by 2 already told you pi by 2 is 1. So we'll put these values here. So from that we have 1 by 2 pi sine pi by 6 is 1 by 2 minus sine 0 is sine 0 is equal to 0. So sine 0 is 0 plus 1 by 4. This cos pi by 2 pi by 3 is 1 by 2 minus cos 0 is 1 minus 1 by 4. This will be cos. This will be cos pi is minus 1 minus cos pi by 3 is 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2. Sine pi by 2 is 1 minus sine pi by 6 is 1 by 2. And as one thing we need to mention here, that is we have integrated this part, so it will give us a c here. You can write that c, but we do not need to write that c here because it is simply asked to find the area. Okay, so let's find the area. Let's take the LCM. From here we have 1 by 4 plus, from here it will give us simply minus 1 by 8, right? Because from 1 by 2 minus 1 it will give us minus 1 by 2, and we will multiply this, it will give us this one minus 1 by 4 into this will give us minus 3 by 2, right? This will simply give us minus 3 by 2, and these are multiplied. Minus 1 by 2 into 1 by, this will be give us 1 by 2. So from that we have 1 by 4 minus 1 by 8 minus, this will be plus 3 by 8 minus, this will give us 1 by 4. So from that, if we calculate this, this will cancel it, and from that this will simply give us 8 minus 1 plus 3, simply 2 by 8, which will give us 1 by 4. This is the in square unit, which is the area of enclosed. This is the required answer.